All right, everybody, welcome back welcome if this is your first time tuning in to the Citizens of the Frontier actual play. We are starting our fourth adventure tonight, which is called Raiders of the Restricted Zone.
Nice.
And at this point, our group has earned a lot of experience points, spent pretty much all of it, I hope, to level up skills and get new ones. They're currently living on Kauber Station, where they've got like part-time jobs, and they've been laying low for a couple of months. And this is their next adventure. And let me stop sharing the screen so I don't inadvertently post the adventure like I'm freaking famous for. All right, so this all starts when you've been invited to dinner at the home of, what did I give this guy? I named this guy.
It's nice to have a patron name.
Jackson Panther. He is the owner of the club you hang out at. He is a former rock star. He used to be very famous pre-Sathar War II. He still has a loyal fan base, but he hasn't put out a new album since before the war.
Okay.
He makes a good living as a bar owner here, and he still lives off royalties. So he's a man of means, and he's kind of almost a retired gentleman of leisure because he's got people to run the bar. He just shows up, whenever he wants and hangs out. And
so we're working for Steven Tyler?
Yeah, you could say that.
Okay.
Sammy Hagar, same thing.
I'll take Sammy Hagar.
With a name like Jackson Panther, who did I model him after? John Cougar. So.
Oh, okay. Oh, well, there you go. Yeah.
All right. So he actually invites you guys all to his home after you commissioned a mission, and word got out that you took on and pretty much defeated by capturing without killing anyone, a mercenary team. You've learned since then that this team does not technically, they're not a Streel team. They were hired by Streel. They were outside contractors.
Well, I feel less impressive now.
No, they do a lot of work for a lot of, they've got quite a bit of a rep.
Okay.
So a little aside for Thorga. Thorga, you get a message from someone you do not recognize. It comes up on the phone, and they left a message on your chronocrom saying, I think that you and I should probably meet and go out for a drink. I'm not really going to take no for an answer. And it was like and it was in Yazarian.
From just a random person I don't know.
The voice was a Yazarian woman, and it seemed a little familiar. You can't quite place it.
Okay, a voice message, not a text. Or
no, it's a voice. Okay. But you've definitely heard. You've heard this person before. And you're having a little trouble kind of placing where it was.
Old flame.
Okay, I'm intrigued.
But they basically say midnight, and they pick a very popular Yazarian restaurant on the station, and where they have live fights.
Okay. So it's a sports bar with MMA. Got it.
Right. It's an MMA. It's a Yazarian MMA sports bar.
Okay.
So do you go?
Well, she didn't say come alone, did she? Or did she say anything more? Was that it?
That was the message.
Okay.
I think you and I should have dinner and drinks, and I won't take no for an answer. Midnight
okay.
at this bar.
Okay, that's
Sounds
a little
like you-
more than just meet me here, not taking no. Okay.
Sounds like you need to swipe right, son.
I think so.
That's
All
what
right.
it sounds like.
I will go, but you know what? I will let Harlan know what I'm doing.
Okay.
I'll just say, hey, I'll just say, I got an odd message call. Someone I don't recognize, just so you know where I am, and you can let the rest of them know.
You don't want me to go?
Maybe I don't want to. If it turns out to be something personal, you're stuck there. Maybe I'll give you a hand signal, like if you want to go to the bar, I'll just sort of touch my furry little ears, and you'll know it's all good.
The only question I have, if it's a Yazarian bar, does that mean it's very low light in there?
Yes.
All right.
Obviously, you don't know. You've never seen how this works before. If you're on a date and it doesn't go good, your friend calls about 10 minutes into it, and then you say you gotta go.
Maybe that. You know what? That's probably I probably think that's probably a good idea. Yeah. Maybe you should call me 10 minutes after the date, and I'll just say, "Oh, just a moment. I've got to take this." No, really. Dad's unwell.
Exactly.
Okay.
All right. Sure.
Okay, that sounds a little better.
I'll let it go to voicemail, I guess, if you're all right.
Okay.
All right. As you go there, there's you're immediately recognized by the guy at the door, and he goes, "You must be." It says, "You must be Thorga."
I am. Do we know each other, or are you just expecting me?
No, we've been told to be on the lookout, and I'm going to escort you to your box.
I'll be the background disco music.
Okay.
So when you go there, you're escorted to a box, and there are 3 Yazarians. One is the guy you captured.
What?
One is the guy who was knocked out by a Doze grenade, and the third is the Yazarian mercenary agent who you heard on the phone negotiated the release of the guy you captured, and that's how you recognize her voice.
Well, I will say to her, I've really got to work on voice recognition.
In the reserve? These were the people in the reserve?
No, this is the Streel team you guys took out.
Oh, those teams.
It's
Come on, guys! You didn't see this. As soon as he said a female squirrel is calling him.
And
oh, that's right. Because
the guy you released says, "Well, hello again.
How you doing?
I'm just going to pat you down, with your permission. We want to make sure that everyone knows what we're dealing with."
He's expecting a phone call.
So, yeah. Okay. I didn't come armed. I'll just casually put my communicator on the table and lift up my arms to be patted down.
Okay. He pats you down, and they say, "Okay, well, on behalf, I'm Zeld, on behalf of Sunbow, and this is my companion Sunbow. We just wanted to say thanks for going easy on us. It's a little embarrassing, but we're not dead. So with that, we'll take our leave." And the woman comes forward and says, "Greetings. I am Jardak."
Okay.
It's a little embarrassing. You've bested me. Not many men can do that. So I thought that it would be best if we sat down, shared a meal, some entertainment, and learned a little bit about one another.
We can do that. Is this casual? Is there a purpose behind that? Not to be.
There's a purpose for everything.
Okay. Well.
I see that you're not wearing a mated band.
Oh. She can't. There's no tan line. Oh no. Yeah. No. No. I.
So an unmarried Yazarian warrior living in Solar Minor. How does that happen? And basically, this is a date.
Wow.
It's a date.
She
Oh, wow.
was
Okay.
she was impressed by you and your team, and said and you know that you negotiated the release of her man without turning over to authorities. So she's like, I kind of want to get to know this guy a little bit.
Why not?
So
I don't think he's seeing anyone.
We're just going to say that you have a very nice dinner.
I assume you blow me off at 10 minutes.
I'm gonna say,
yeah,
I still
I
wanted
did.
to make that 10-minute call. Let me do it.
This 10 minutes call. I just gotta tell my uncle that I'm okay.
She said, "Really? Really? Is this one of your girlfriends? Making sure that you're not ending up in a bathtub of ice with your kidneys missing?"
I'm sure the profile picture is like Harlan going, "Hey," or something like that. And I say it's just my uncle.
So she laughs and says, "Well, it's good to have friends. I'm loyal to mine as well." And she says, "So, what clan are you with?" And basically, you guys have a dinner date and get to know each other. She is a mercenary captain of a team of like 12. The membership floats in and out. She usually only goes in with 4 or 5 of them at any one time. They've been doing jobs in this system for about the last 6 months. There's a market, so they're actually planning to be here for about another 6 months. They probably would have gone on to another assignment had they not blown the Streel one, so they're kind of taking odd jobs. And no, she's perfectly fine. It gives me a chance to get to know you a little bit better. And we're just going to fade to black. You now have a
star wipe.
Yep. It doesn't go much further than that. This is the let's meet on neutral ground and feel one another out. And if it goes anywhere later, we'll see where that goes later.
Cool.
This is YouTube, Oscar.
Not safe for kids, channel.
We're not putting this up on Pornhub.
Wait! I want to role play.
Or would it be Animal Planet since they're Yazarians?
I'm out.
All right. Well, her name is Jardak the Karen. When I get the article, I'll tell you what clan she's in. I'm going to roll randomly, so if she's actually a member of your own clan, that'll be just coincidental. But, with all the clans, Yazarian clans, it's going to be, 101.
Yeah.
Okay, so you have dinner with Jackson. What is his name again?
Panther.
Jackson Panther. Oh, I love my bad 80s puns in Star Frontiers. And basically, nice dinner. He has a nice apartment on the space station. He actually has a space view. So he has like an outer ring apartment. So you see the Starscape.
Nice.
And you see he's got a wall of gold records. And Grammys, the equivalent of gold records, platinum records, Grammys, and Oscars. He had he did soundtracks for whole of it.
Oh, okay. I was going to say, how did he get an Oscar?
Well, yeah, best song in all of it.
Nice.
I think like Phil Collins has an Oscar. I think
he does
for Tarzan.
Tarzan, yeah.
Anyway, so after a nice dinner, and he's got service robots, and he doesn't keep organic servants. He feels too much like slavery, and until these guys start to talk back, I think I'm good.
Funny you should mention that.
So he said that I see you noticing my collection. I got to tell you, they don't bring me the pride that they should. They're all reproductions.
Mm.
Oh, I loved that one when I was a kid.
He's like, what?
I just pointed at one of the records.
He said, yeah, and he kind of gives you an anecdotal story about the song you like. And, it's actually about drugs and playing D&D.
Nice.
So everybody thinks it's some big epic, and no, it's just
DDSP. Nice.
So he says that my actual collection has been lost. It was in my my vacation home. I did a lot of entertaining there. It's in the Ciendani Archipelago, the island of Ventura. He goes, I guess you guys are too young to ever have been there. Because most of you are about, what, 20, 30?
Yeah.
30, 33.
Right.
28.
Right.
I was a late bloomer.
But, you know, this has been a restricted zone since the Sathar attacked. And that was like 20 years ago. So he said that, you know, he wasn't on the island of Ventura when the attack came. He was, you know, in the capital. But, you know, after the war, he really thought, I can't, you know, once I get back to Solar Minor, I'm going to retire there at my, you know, house on the cliffs overlooking the ocean, my night, you know. And, you know, that was my dream. And, of course, the reconstruction comes and it's deemed a part of the restricted zone. You know, high radiation, lots of, there are rumors the Sathar releasing pathogens into the atmosphere, so people are, you know, the water may be poisoned. There are still rumors of Sathar attack monsters, and even actual Sathar holdouts from the days of the occupation before they moved off-world to Outpost 1. There were reports, and a lot of them were substantiated, that the Sathar left several thousand troops behind in hiding to produce, you know, acts of sabotage. So in the restricted zone, people do go missing, and they're often blamed on these Sathar and renegade Sathar agents. But you know, there are also pirates and you know, drug lords and criminals. It's lawless, and the government does the best they can keeping people out with the quarantine forces. But there are people who go in and retrieve things and come out. Now, I really would like to have my awards, my original awards. I got a message from my housekeeper that they locked all of the valuables up in the vault under the house. The house is near the tsunami zone. So it paid to have a vault, you know, kind of a safe room. So I know that the last I heard of it, the collection has been locked away. And I had hired someone to go in to the restricted zone about 10 years ago. And I was on the waiting list. They were one of the most popular, you know, one of the most successful raiders. But of course, 2 jobs before mine on his list, he gets pinched, and he's been in jail for, you know, about 12 years now.
Damn. That's hard.
Right. So I've been hoping to hire someone to go in to on the island of Ventura and see if they could retrieve the you know, my award collection. And I thought, well, there's a plucky young group of firebrands making a name for themselves in Solar Minor. I don't know if you're the type who would maybe break the law and bend the rules, but no harm done. You're not robbing anyone. You're just going to my house to pick up my property for me.
But we will be going to a restricted zone, so they will try to arrest us.
Trespass.
Yeah.
Oh, if you're lucky.
Yeah.
They do shoot people down.
Damn.
You see, the local militia and the military use the restricted zone to train pilots and captains and that sort of thing. So
Oh,
they do a lot of pirate hunting.
well, that makes sense. Be like Loot City, yeah.
So every year the government takes up the resolutions to possibly reclaim more of the restricted zone. Most often they're pushed back to next year. So I'm getting older. I don't know how many more decades I have of life. I can't wait until they decide they're going to resettle Ventura. And I'm willing to part with one of my toys from back in the day. And he shows you a picture of what would now be considered like a classic car.
Nice.
And it's like a 40-year-old suborbital shuttle. And I guess if there was an equivalent, it would be the really cool van with like the racing stripe and the mural. And the mural is of a very attractive human woman coming home carrying her high heel shoes and a dress. And he says, so this is the Walk of Shame.
Walk of Shame. I like it. I like it already.
She's a Remus class shuttle. I pay for her maintenance, so she's space worthy. She has 3/4 of a tank of chemical propellant, so she's good for 3 or 4 landings before you need to refuel her. Now, okay, it's an old vehicle. It's not going to take you between stars. It'll get you between this, our system and it'll get you between Cersei and Kirkit. It'll get you down to the planet surface and back up. It's nothing fancy, but if you're willing to take this mission, I will lend you Walk of Shame, and if you come back with my awards, I will sign her over to you.
That's impressive.
Not really.
No, ships are expensive as hell in Carpenter.
No, I do get that, but we have a good potential of having it shot up a lot too. So getting a 40-year-old vehicle and then trying to find 40-year-old parts.
Do you have a mechanic amongst
It's a
you?
classic.
It's a classic. Yeah.
I don't know if we
And he
actually
says,
have a mechanic.
actually, Thorga, it's Thorga, yes?
Yep. Yeah,
He says, actually, I've had offers from collectors.
Yeah.
I've still got a lot of fans out there.
Yeah, it's Jackson's.
And a few of them partied in the Walk of Shame. We kind of used it as a party bus. We had some really cool parties back in the day. Because if you go just far enough out of orbit between Cersei, there's this zone where pretty much everything is legal.
Oh, come on. The DNA on the inside alone is worth the story.
Don't shine a black light in this van. No.
He says, but the best thing is you can remove all the panels and it'll have a massive cargo area.
Yeah.
I was going to ask about that. Yes.
He says, I've got it set up so that the interior is more of a I guess a 12-person bar.
Yeah.
But that's all. If you just unscrew it and pull it out, you've got a blank canvas to do whatever you like. These types of shuttles were used to haul cargo between large freighters and the surface back in the day.
Potential source of income, fellas. We don't have to work for other people. We can just do work for other people.
I agree.
And he says, I know that, you've never done this kind of work before and it is risky. So if you're interested, the person I hired back in the day who's now in jail, I guess you would say is his old lady, but I mean, she's not really a lady anymore. her name's Meg. Oh, well, their name is Megiolo, and Larmo. You realize it's a Dralosite name.
Oh, nice.
Okay.
I know that she used to help plan a lot of these. She was kind of like his team's logistical officer. She didn't go on the missions, but she did a lot of the scouting, and she did a lot of the purchasing, and she brokered a lot of deals. He didn't, he basically took the full rap, and she got off scot-free and has been raising their 2 children ever since. She might have some information for you, or at least some advice. So if you'd like to speak with her, I can put you in touch with her.
Well, I think the more information we have, the better it is.
Yeah, I agree.
So do we have a deal?
Let's go get them Grammys.
He gives you the pass card to get into Walk of Shame and tells you where she's birthed.
All right.
Not where she was born.
Birth, BER.
Oh, okay.
It was that my New York accent becoming unintelligible?
I got it.
I got it.
Okay. Okay, so this ends dinner. He's thrilled that you're taking this job. And everyone can roll your logic. And if you succeed, I will give you some common, just some common things that you would know from living in Solar Minor.
Nope.
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 God.
We're too awestruck. No.
None of us got it? Over 5?
5. I rolled a 5.
Thank
Okay.
God.
Yeah, we're good.
Okay, so I will tell you, Joan, you know about the Ciandani archipelago. It's one of the 4 continents of Solar Minor. It's basically a collection of 800 or more islands, some of which are very small, some of which are extremely large. They stretch through a tropical zone of the planet. There were a lot of plantations. There were a lot of vacation homes. There were a lot of resorts back in the day. But there was also, there were always labor problems. Think of the sugar cane and pineapple plantations. Yeah.
Nice.
Somebody posted 1950s Cuba. Yes.
Yeah.
So the common people never really got to enjoy it as much as everyone else. But we'll get more into the politics of pre-war Solar Minor later.
Yeah.
So that's what you know. Fink Noddle, did you make it?
Yeah, I made it. 30 out of 60.
Okay, you do know that the zones are, they're guarded. They're guarded by aquatic naval vessels and tactical suborbital fighter wings.
Oh, shit.
How are we supposed to get through that?
Guile.
I would have been able to give you more information, but you guys only made 2 rolls. So you do have a meeting scheduled tomorrow with someone who did this for many years, quite successfully.
Unpowered orbital drop.
Well,
I said unpowered orbital drop.
there's that.
In a 40-year-old shuttle.
Yep.
Yeah.
40-year-old shuttle do an unpowered drop, screaming Mayday all the way.
Doing
No, because then we're broadcasting.
doing a halo jump from the space shuttle with nothing but a Walmart bag to slow me down.
That was Dan Brown's second book. But anyway.
All right. Is there anything you want to do before you have this meeting the next day?
I'm wondering, do some research. I mean, there are naval vessels there. There's other shuttles there. I imagine there's some base there. Do they get supplied by their own people, or is it subcontracted? Can we sneak in as a supply shuttle?
In Walk of Shame? In the
Somebody's got to feed. Somebody's got to feed them.
In the shag wagon?
In the shaggin' wagon. I mean, that could at least get us our approach in there.
Come on, we got John Cougar Mellencamp for a patron. He's just given us the A-Team van.
Cute thing.
Roll your logic, Joe.
All right.
Can we get
34 out of 50. Yes.
That might work, but you're really sure that you would need codes to maneuver through the zone. Security clearance codes, probably a forged transponder.
Don't have time for that kind of stuff. Yeah.
Maybe uniforms, maybe actually have a ship that looks like the supply shuttles they're using. So it's not impossible, but that's a lot more prep.
That's a lot of prep. Yeah.
Hold on. What? There's no pressure on time. The man's been waiting decades, and he says he doesn't know how many decades he has left. He hasn't been able to find anybody else to pull this off in the past 12 years after his main guy got arrested. So I think, we can take a day or two. You know what I mean?
Paint up the A-Team van, put some corrugated tin on it, and yeah.
Okay.
Paint over the name on the side of it and, write official shuttle or official.
It's going to destroy the resale value to the collectors, though.
Oh,
we'll get a magnet then, a magnet sticker.
Yeah,
just slap it on once you get through the atmosphere.
Exactly.
Gino's Pizza. Okay.
Indeed.
So, do you want to meet? You're going to take that meeting with Migiolo?
Yeah, but should we get his data on the layout of the mansion and where it's located and all that
He
kind of
tells
stuff?
you it is in the city. It is just outside of the city of Koenig on the island of Ventura. He said it's on the cliffs on the northwesternmost coast of the island.
Are there maps that we could study? Like modern satellite imagery?
If you could get historical maps, but current satellite imagery is considered restricted.
I figured it'd be classified, yeah.
Yeah, because they don't want people going in and out.
I can hack computers.
Oh.
You
Government database would be fun.
would have to do this at a public library because then it would be linked to databases. And if you got flagged, you'd be arrested.
Don't do it.
If we go there, we can get arrested. So what's the difference? If we go there, we can get shot on sight. What's the difference?
It would be very valuable to have current up-to-date maps of Ventura.
Because if we're going down there, we need to know where to land. And he said it's a tsunami zone. So for all we know, this place could be battered. And it's like we need to know what we're getting into. So I think that information is very valuable.
I think you're right.
Okay, so everyone roll a logic.
Everyone?
Maybe.
Yeah. There is some place you've been
Oh my god!
where if you've got the money, you can pretty much pick up any item or bit of information.
The bartender? The bartender?
Cheers.
No, the black market.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. I really don't want to mess with those guys anymore. They're not.
Sure, hot pocket.
If you're looking for, things like
access code.
It may be less risky than using computers to actively hack.
Didn't this?
But
woman
on the
do
other
stuff
hand,
like
it
that?
may not. We don't know how accurate it is getting it off the black market either.
Harlan, what was your?
Didn't this woman used to do stuff like that?
Yeah, she's an expert.
Well, we'll see how up to date her knowledge is.
Okay.
Yeah,
But if it's
let's talk
if
to her
it's been-
before we start buying.
Yeah, but if it's been too long, I'm very, very apprehensive about going in there with information that's less than recent.
Okay, so you meet her, and she welcomes you. It's no longer a she. She's now neuter. She's in the doesn't want to be bothered with sexuality stage of her life. So, Larma, are you still like neuter? You're not looking to get pregnant or get anyone pregnant?
Not necessarily.
Okay. So you were just going to say that you're both, God, I wish humans could do that, because sometimes I really just don't want to be bothered. I'd save so much time if I could just shut that stuff off and go on with my life.
Trust me,
Okay.
I have a daughter. I had a daughter that transitioned to a man, so I feel your pain. So
Okay, well,
yeah.
so your daughter's Dralicite.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Yeah.
I never thought that Dralicites are pretty much transgender, but
Yeah.
okay, there we
Yeah.
go.
And they,
All right.
they can be both or neither, and then switch to either one they want to,
Right.
whenever they want to. Very
Left-handed
convenient for them.
darkness.
So she meets you. She's very pleased to make your acquaintance. She goes, any friend of Jackson's is a friend of mine. So please, I've prepared dinner. I'm told that you're going to have questions about my husband and the work we did together. And next time you see, what did I name him again? Jaguar? Panther. Jackson Panther. Next time you see Mr.
Jaguar
Panther, thank him for absolving me of my debt.
Mm.
She says, my husband took a 20% retainer before he was arrested. So technically we've owed him that money. And he just said one day he'll ask for a favor. And the favor he asked was to make you guys dinner and answer any questions you might have.
I'll make you an offer you can't refuse.
So, I guess you're not really interested in hearing about my job waitressing or being a single Dralicite parent or all of that. What is it? What's this meeting all about?
Well, Jackson wants us to go to his old vacation home and retrieve some collectibles that he had lost, that he had left behind, and have not been able to retrieve. And it seems to be in a rather tough place to get to, so we wanted to pick your brain on how we might be able to get in there and do what we need to do.
She says, you've never done this kind of work before, have you?
No.
Okay, so Raider 101 it is.
Yes.
This is pretty dangerous work, kids. You guys sure you're up for it?
That's why we're here talking to you first.
Okay. I'm not going to ask where you're going because it's better. Rule number one, keep your flight plan and as much of information to yourselves as possible. One leak can destroy your whole operation. So there's that. Do you have a good ship, and is one of you a good pilot?
Do we have a good ship? We have a ship.
And a pilot.
And a pilot.
We have a ship and a pilot. It's the best one we have access to.
Okay. So then we're so fancy.
So I tell her what kind of ship it is.
The best pilot I know.
She goes, "Oh wow, okay." So
It also sticks out like a sore thumb.
We got a 77 Chevy and a pilot with 2 points left on his license. That's what we got.
So fancy
rusty 57 Chevy.
Fancy flying to evade the air patrol and weave in and out of the sea patrols. That's not going to be the way you're going to want to do this.
I figured that.
Get as much information as you can. You can, if you know who to talk to and who to slip some money to, you can get. There's always someone willing to give information on the patrol timetables and flight plans, so you can plot the time of your approach during a gap. But you're gonna need information for that.
Do you still know anybody?
I used to, but I haven't done this in 12 years, so I don't even know if people are still working in that field, if they're still stationed here. We had a pilot with a drinking problem, but by now he's got to be retired. So there are people in the Millstone marketplace who do sell this kind of information, and
marketplace?
That's the black market.
That we were
on Ava,
okay, one more time. The name of the marketplace?
Millsoy. Millsoy Marketplace.
Millsoy.
Thank you.
And that's back on the planet, right?
Right.
Okay.
I think that's where we geared up.
Right.
Yeah.
So she says most people don't realize this, but people do go in and out of the restricted zone. There are several colleges and government programs that are allowed to go in to do ecological studies, surveys, government teams that are scouting out locations for possible resettlement. These teams are usually kept very secret. So much so that sometimes the patrols don't know. If you can get convincing enough research credentials, you might have a chance at talking your way past the patrol.
When you cover all the clipboards, it's exactly what we need.
You don't want them to close on you. If they see what you're flying, they're going to know that this is not a government research shuttle.
Yeah.
But
or a taco truck. Sorry.
And you're definitely going to, wherever you're going, you're going to want to get accurate maps. There are buildings that have collapsed. There are bridges that have collapsed. There are roads that are impassable. You might be trying to go to a house that's now a crater because it was, part of a fallout zone. And they keep that information pretty tightly under wraps because they don't want criminals finding a good spot for a hideout. Back in the day, we used to run into fugitives, war criminals, people stashing away kidnapped victims. There were all sorts of nefarious things going on. And in addition to war deserters and Sathar attack monsters and, berserk robots. It's like the Old West out there.
Nice.
Okay. So I think what I said before about getting some up-to-date maps is still something that we need to do.
Yeah.
I do say that out loud to the other four of our party here.
She says, I can put in some phone calls and see if any of my people are still working and maybe give you a name or two. But you're going to have a little bit of cash, and you're going to need to meet them face-to-face.
Yeah.
All right. So, I like the idea of getting in there on some sort of ecological research credentials. Maybe we can get some forged ones. Maybe I can hack a university database and put in some records for us. But that still leaves the ship. Unless we're really, really lucky with a gap in the patrols, we're gonna stick out like a sore thumb.
Mm-hmm.
Like I said, you don't want them to close within visual range.
Mm-hmm.
Then once we get down there, we need to find somewhere that we're also that we're not clearly visible from the air either. Somehow we have to do camouflage.
Back in the day, we had camouflage tarps over our ship.
We ran into those once before.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. So I mean, I'm more concerned about. I'm most concerned about getting in. I mean, just getting on what we're getting in with. I really don't want to get spotted. That's really the thing that stands out to me.
I think your best bet is to get the maps, get the patrol locations and timetable, and try and find a gap, and just fly as well as you can, plan it out as well as you can, and hope for the best. If it goes south, try and talk your way through it. How you guys feel about prison?
We would. I think we would rather avoid that if possible,
because before they start shooting, they're going to give you a choice.
We'll just have to hire someone to break us out.
I mean, I guess if I had to pick, I would prefer prison over dying.
All right.
But once I'm in prison, I might think that was the wrong choice.
Yeah, I'm gonna take death. I'll take death.
So he says, okay. And do any of you have outdoor wilderness survival?
Yes. So one of us does.
Okay, good.
Two of us do.
Two of us.
Oh,
okay,
I do
good.
too. I have one. I have survival 1.
So she says,
athletics 1.
She says, I would like to offer you guys a deal.
Okay.
I have a storage locker that's been prepaid for 15 years. I'm gonna have to start paying paying rent on it in 3 years. If my companion, my former partner, does get out, our offspring are grown, and I'm not really interested in that life. It was never a very healthy relationship, so I have no problem selling you the contents of this locker.
What are the contents?
The team's old gear.
Oh, nice.
Weapons.
Sweet.
Weapons, survival.
Okay.
Weapons,
If we're
survival.
spotted.
Weapons, survival equipment, and a vehicle.
Just turned into
Kind of
Storage Wars.
kind of
This is awesome.
I have a mildly modified Explorer with a few coats of armor and heavy machine gun.
How
Oh,
much?
okay. Wait a second. Hold on. Wait a second. Let's say that we get in there and we get boarded. Where there's no way this whole academic cover is going to cover that thing.
Well,
No,
no,
we're
that's
boarded. It's too late. Yeah.
Are we gonna go to more jail?
No.
well.
Two of us dress as military people, and we're escorting the other
No,
ones.
That's
okay.
not a bad idea.
Number
I
one,
think I still have my uniform.
if you get caught, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
But if you go in without a suitable vehicle and
We're
weapons,
toast.
you're not going to last a couple of days.
All right.
So you've got no choice but to go in. If you want to come out, then you're going to need,
All right. So in exchange, what do you want in exchange for access to this equipment?
I'll give you everything in the locker for 30,000 credits.
All right. Now, what exactly are we getting paid for? This job is a van, right?
Yeah, which is worth 200. You can sell if the ship survives, a collector will buy it for 200,000 credits.
So let's not take. Okay, but I mean, it's got to look official, and it doesn't. So
She keeps telling you is if they get close enough to see you, nobody uses these shuttles anymore. No one.
So all right. So it doesn't matter what's on the ship. It doesn't matter what we make it look like.
Right.
The plan is not to get seen.
Right.
Okay. So we got to get in. Would not be detected at all.
Right.
we need really good, dependable. And that's a relative term. Information on their patrols, because it's not just air patrols; it's sea patrols. So if we evade one, there's the other we got to worry about.
I will put you in touch with my people. If you guys can get down to the planet's surface, I'm sure that I can get you a name and a number inside of 10 hours.
All right. Now so you obviously recognize how dangerous this is.
That's why I don't want to do it anymore.
Right. So whoever you're getting this information from, or you're getting this contact with, it has to be as accurate as possible. If you're slightly unsure of the accuracy or the integrity of this person, and integrity is relative because of the business that we're talking about, we could be dead. So
I still have contacts and friends in that area. I will make sure that you're dealing with somebody that if I was doing this myself, I would trust.
How much did you say for the locker? I don't remember.
30,000.
But if we can get the ship down back in one piece, that's 200.
And I think everyone had at least 6.
Everyone had about 8.
Yeah.
I got 3 left.
I don't think you paid yourself a couple of times there.
He did also. Well, I don't know.
He bought a motorcycle.
I bought another one.
One.
I can now.
I can rattle off a list of what's in the locker.
Plus, we're going to need to pay for the information, so we have to see how much money we have.
We're talking about 6,000 apiece.
Dorga doesn't even have that.
All right, what's everyone's money so far?
Got about 8K.
I got like just over 9K.
73.60.
Did you guys not buy anything?
Correct.
Not really.
We're here. We're getting. We got a place. We have these side jobs. We're just making enough to cover our living expenses. We're not really going anywhere. We're laying low.
Yeah.
Oh my God. I'm like a Frenchman on the weekend. I just went and spent my money on fun stuff.
And that's Yazarians in a nutshell. Frenchmen.
There you go.
Do you want to hear what's in the locker, or do you want her to show you the locker tomorrow and let you inspect it before you go down to the? Okay.
Let's do that.
Again,
let's inspect it.
Yeah, this is like storage wars. Do we get to just look in the front and just?
Okay,
see?
she opens. She goes down, and again, this locker has not been opened in 10 years. So you go in, and there's a huge vehicle covered in a camouflage tarp, and there's like a layer of well, actually, there wouldn't be dust in a space station.
I mean, dust is mostly dead skin cells, so there probably is. It just gets caught in filters.
Okay, so there's some dust on it. And do you pull the tarp off?
Yep.
Sure.
So you pull the tarp off, and you see. Do you remember that picture of the Explorer I posted?
The truck.
The slightly used one. I'm gonna pull that up if I can.
There were several. I don't know which one you're talking about. The classic.
The truck-looking one. Yeah, the truck.
The one that I said was a slightly used class.
Slightly used classic. I liked it. It was sharp looking. It's smaller than I wanted, but I like it.
Give me a second. I'll pull it up. That one.
Yeah. I like it.
The Warthog.
Yep.
Yeah, the Warthog. It's totally a Warthog. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. So this is what's underneath the tarp.
Has it got the gun on it?
Alone is probably like 30,000 credits.
I can't get my hover bike in that.
All right. So
does it have the gun on it?
It does have the gun on it.
Is it a recoilless rifle or a machine gun?
Machine gun.
It is a heavy mount. It is a swivel mounted heavy machine gun.
Nice.
Which is heavier than a standard machine gun. It does 15 D10 instead of 10 D10.
Mm-hmm.
do you guys want to explore the vehicle and the packs and the interior?
Do we wish to explore the Explorer? Yes, we do.
All right. You actually spend like several hours unpacking it, and I can email you guys this equipment list.
Sure.
There's a pair of Magni goggles, a pair of infrared goggles, 6 gas masks, 6 life jackets, a radio phone, a med kit, a tech kit, an atmospheric cast, a dual flora fauna cast, and a mechanical cast. A cast is a handheld computer sensor that gives you plus 20 to certain rolls.
Mm-hmm.
So the mechanical cast is a scanner that helps you repair, computers, robots. It's basically, flora, fauna. You scan things and it tells you if they're poisonous and a little bit about them. An atmospheric is if there's high levels of radiation or there's poison in the air or, the composition of the atmosphere around you. There are 3 compasses, 6 all-weather blankets, 4 machetes, 3 Everflame lighters, an inflatable rubber raft, 100 meters of rope, a grappling gun, 4 grappling heads for the grappling gun, 3 inflatable 2-man tents, a holoflare with a dozen flares, 6 toxic rad gauges, which are like Geiger counters, 8 water packs, a water purifier, a bottle of 8 Vista pills, which basically you take 1 pill and it lets you have like 1 glass of water for an entire day. There's a food purifier and 24 hot ration packs. There are 6 pairs of Explorer boots, but they're mostly for sizes that wouldn't fit you. These are usually custom made for people.
I was going to say that'll work for me. What the rest of you wearing?
There are 6 Explorer vests and 6 plastic ponchos and 6 backpacks. In the weapons locker, there are 8 knives, a laser rifle, a laser pistol, an automatic rifle with a knife mount, a gyrojet pistol, a gyrojet rifle with a modified muzzle extender. Basically, no medium range penalty, and long range is only minus 30 instead of minus whatever. An auto loading scatter gun, which is a shotgun that fires 3 times a round, and an auto pistol with a flash suppressor and silencer.
I like it.
And that's what you get for this locker.
How much was it again? 30?
30.
Do we got it? I got 8K.
I've got 7.
We still have to buy the information.
I only got 3.
I have a roll.
What have you been doing, Dorga?
I just bought stuff.
What do you got, Larmo? How much? Just out of curiosity.
73.60.
7. Okay.
We're going to have to negotiate this price down then.
You don't make money just to keep it in your pocket. Jeez.
Okay, technically we have 34,000 credits amongst us.
I don't think that information we're going to need is going to cost more than 4K.
I know, but we haven't haggled the price of the locker yet because this shit's decades old.
Let's go back to Panther and talk to him.
This ain't Walmart, Larmo. We can argue over the price.
That's true.
Damn. You got to wait for the price drop.
Does anyone have...
I'll tell her this.
I think some of you may have put points in Persuade.
Yeah, so that's what I was going to just do. That was just going to do, what is it? Where the frick is it? Forgot where it is. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I have it. No,
is that leadership or perception?
It's personality.
It's your half your personality plus 10% per level.
Yeah, it's still not that good.
I got a 55.
I could
take extra time.
I'm not sure how much the information that we're going to need is going to cost. I know that if we pull this off, we will be able to pay that price most definitely. We could give you 20 now. And that'll give us a wiggle. Look, we can't do this at all without the information. So if we don't have enough money to get the information, there's no point in us buying this thing.
I'm going to make a counter proposal.
All right.
Looks like you're getting married, just like Thorga.
My proposal is I will contact my contacts.
Yeah.
I will send out feelers for, investors. I will help you manage this on this end, on the planning phase, which I've already been doing.
Mm-hmm.
But I will go the extra step further. And the $10,000 you are not paying me for the locker is my buy-in. And at that point, whatever you make,
you get a share.
I get a share.
So she's going to get a share of the shuttle?
Yeah.
Whatever you make from this,
whatever we profit, she gets a share.
Right.
So if we destroy the shuttle, she gets nothing.
And the
government did it.
And my standard is 17%,
which is a sixth.
Yeah. Oof. I mean, that's
look, if we don't get the information, then we can't do this job anyway. And we don't have enough for the information.
Yeah.
We don't have enough for the information and the price she wants for this. What's in the locker? So I really don't think we have much of an option. It's either we do it and we come out ahead later, or we just walk away now and that's that.
Mm-hmm.
Let's do it.
What's your backup adventure, Oscar?
I didn't write that one. I gave you as a choice. I only wrote this one, and I didn't even write the whole one. I just have like the first session.
There was something weird going on the station.
Yeah, there's a dark zone, and there's a trip to the mall with the kid, which you guys are gonna be wishing you were gonna, You're like, oh, we could have been having we could have been going to Cinnabon.
No kidding, right? That sounded really good.
We could have got
I voted for that. I voted for
that. Julius.
When that quick death shows up and your shuttle's on fire, you're gonna be like, oh, Cinnabon sounds really,
Could have had some Dippin' Dots.
The mall trip scenario is gonna look real appealing in a session or two. Hey, you guys want to go Heart of Darkness? We're going Heart of Darkness.
So I guess that we have a deal on that.
Okay, and now you can trust me because your success is my 17%.
Right, we get nicked in this. That's it.
She gets nothing, so yeah.
I'm gonna call in favors. You guys get down to Ava, to the, Avena Sativa. You've been to the marketplace.
Mm-hmm.
I can say that we have, yes.
Torga and I have.
She basically says there's a guy who does. There's a retired military guy. He still has access. He's someone I know. I'm going to send you a name and address when you guys get down there. I've got some communications to make.
Cool.
All right. So what were we doing up front? I missed that. Or she's all in for the 30.
Mm-hmm.
She's willing to give you the contents for 20. But then it's 17, 20, you get
plus
the contents,
17%.
and then 17% of total profits.
Nope.
Fair.
Can I look up on my little comm pad and search and find out what the actual value of one of these vehicles is?
The
A
shuttle?
lot more than 30.
No, the one she's offering us for like all the contents. I know there's other stuff, but what's the vehicle worth offhand?
Vehicles around 20?
A brand new Explorer is worth $20,000.
With the gun or without?
Without the gun and without the armor.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we're getting a deal here.
We're right
So
there.
if
yeah,
we black
we're right
market
there.
off this stuff to get rid of evidence afterwards, we're still making money.
Mm-hmm.
No.
Well, if we did.
Harlan's like,
Getting ready to explore. What are you with like everything's so temporary for you, Thorga? What?
oh, but the Explorer has a black scorpion stencil on both doors.
Of course it does. Heck yeah.
Cool.
And she says my husband's team was called Scorpion Squad.
Nice.
She was like, we were young. It was the 80s.
The 2480s.
I'm going to tell you, if my old Star Frontier players from back in 19, they're going to see so many homages to like our old campaign.
Is their motto "Strike first" or something? Like
strike first, strike hard.
I don't remember what the Scorpion Squad motto was, but
Don't carry us across the river.
Okay, so what's your next move here?
So I guess we're letting her make her contacts, and then we go down to the go planet side.
Okay. All right. So she gives you the name of Milom. He is a Duralocite. He is a professor.
Who's this guy?
He is a retired professor who used to work in the Reconstruction for the Reconstruction Committee.
Yeah, but what's his name?
Milom. She says he might be able to get you forged research credentials.
Mm-hmm.
So we need to cough up what, $4,000 a piece
Well, I don't know what they're going to charge you.
No, for her.
for her bit.
Oh,
Well, Thorga's only got 3, so
Thorga's a little short, motherfucker.
All right.
hello, you guys.
I'll cough up 5 to cover for Thorga.
All right, same.
Thank you.
I think that should come out of his share.
It will.
if you need some spending money, sell one of your bikes.
All right. Who are you, Jay Leno?
I only have one bike. I took back the other one. I had to buy a new one because I liked it
You
so
only
much.
got the bike because it went with the hat.
Got 5 bikes.
The bike was the accessory.
I already got the hat, yeah. Kept the helmet, yeah.
Got
You're the
5
guy-
bikes and
you're the guy in the
one
sports
ass.
jacket.
Yeah.
You have
Oh,
pleathered
man.
the hell out of it.
Oh my god.
Just as a heads up, since we're probably going to need some extra time, I probably need to hit the Hypno Trader and buff up a little bit more on my drive if I'm going to be driving this thing.
You guys are so easy to jump into the Klingon paint amplifier. I don't believe you guys.
Not that one.
I think that the way I'm working the skills, drive is a lot easier. Your drive, I'd have to look it up how I'm doing it, but don't worry about it right now.
I mean, can't you just play some pole position? I mean,
I'm actually looking at I'm actually looking at getting persuade, whatever that comes under.
Why?
Is that an actual skill?
Agent. It's one of the agent's skills.
Mhm.
So it's really
Actually,
expensive.
But I think 2 of you already have persuade.
Yeah, we're good at that.
Yeah.
If anybody's going to add on a skill, it should be something that you might really need and none of you have.
Mechanic?
I didn't say that. I'm just saying it's going to be a skill you might really need and none of you have.
Mechanic!
I think I can do mechanic under science.
No, not robotic. No, you got robotics.
No, but he's got.
Is that enough?
But he's part tech. One of his skill trees is tech because he knows robotics.
Yeah.
So you get it cheaper than anyone else.
And
So
I
he's
got
gonna be
5
the-
skill points that are burning a hole in my brain.
Like credits in Thorga's pocket.
If you want to go to hypno training now and take mechanics, and not go to Milsoy, I'll say by the time they get back with the information, you've got that skill.
Sure.
And that would give you time to start looking at the weapons and the equipment and the vehicle that's been sitting here for 30 years. And, maybe that 40-year-old shuttle.
Does anyone else here want to do that? If they have,
does anybody have skills? Right. Does anybody have points they want to?
Yeah, 3 points won't get me mechanic, will it?
I got 4 that won't do tech. Yeah.
It depends what your primaries and secondaries are.
So, question: How much mechanic do I get for 5 points or less?
It's your primary?
It'd be secondary. My primary is medic.
Okay, your primary is science, which would be medic. That's where medic falls under.
Right.
Science is medic, psycho, environmental, space, science. Tech. Your tech PSA is. It would be basically technician, which operating, assessing, and repairing vehicles and machines.
That sounds accurate. That sounds good.
So it's your secondary. So picking up a secondary skill at level 1 is 4 experience points. Thorgar, you could get a new first level skill in your primary. And what was your primary?
Military?
Okay.
Pilot.
Okay, so give me a second. And you have system vehicles, yes?
I have space vehicles, yes. System vehicles, yes.
Well, system and space are 2 different things.
Oh, I have space. Sorry.
Okay. So you're going to have to take system. So for you to pilot the suborbital shuttle and land and take off, you're going to need to stay with Finknottle and spend those 3 points.
You need to learn how to drive a stick. You
need to take off the helmet, sir. Sir, I know you're lying on the bed, but you need to take off the helmet.
All right, so Thorga and Finknottle are going to be staying on the station to train in those 2 skills that you really, really need for this.
That'd be interesting if you didn't. Is like, how do I fly this thing? Start pushing buttons.
That's like that in Temple of Doom when he goes into the cockpit. He goes, "Do you know how to fly?" He goes, "No, do you?"
Fly, yes. Land, no.
How hard could it be?
Well, landing is the hardest part. Jeez.
Okay, so you guys are staying. The 3 of you are going down to Milsoy Markets. She gives you the names and addresses of 3 people. Trivit, a older female Vrusk pilot, retired, still has a lot of contacts with the Air Wing, and might be able to, make a few phone calls and get you that information. You have Mylon. He's a retired, discredited scientist with the research department. And a female human hacker named Sue Sunburst.
The hacker, okay.
Your people.
Yeah.
All right, well, there's 3 of them and 3 of you. You guys want to... Okay, we're a hard no on splitting up the party. You can tell somebody played Call of Cthulhu this week. Harlan is like, no, we do not split the party.
I don't want to talk to anybody.
We do not read aloud from the book. Okay. All right, so who do you guys want to speak to first when you get down there? Well, would it
let's see.
All right, it costs each of you 50 to take the public basically the public suborbital shuttle down the surface. So that's 50 credits in cab fee.
Damn, Johnny Cabs.
Well, it's going to take another 50 to get back up. So
if you want to rent a car for the day, it's 20.
Let's do that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Skimmer.
All right, let's put. How much money does we have as a total? 3 of us.
We had roughly 34,000. We just spent 20.
Well, do we have the money of the 2 that are still up top?
Remember, it's all credits on your account card, so you don't have to physically carry the money.
No, I'm just saying. Do we have access to everybody's account?
I'm guessing you've pooled the money to cover.
Okay. So we have 14 minus 3 tickets round trip. That's 300 minus a car.
Okay.
All right. I'm just keeping track.
Who do you want to speak to first?
Let's talk to the pilot.
Okay. You talk to the pilot, female Vrusk, retired pilot. When you go to her home, you can see why she's retired. She has a cybernetic arm and a cybernetic eye.
Okay.
So she says, Meggiolo sent you. Your friends of Meggiolo.
Yes.
I thought she wasn't doing this kind of work anymore, but I guess since one of her kids is in medical school, she's got bills to pay.
She's not really doing the work. We are. She's kind of helping us finance the operation, supply the operation.
She looks over you guys and she says, "You're still blue and shiny," and I don't think this one's old enough to shave. So she says, "First time in the restricted zone."
Yeah.
All right, so let me see what I can do so it's not going to be your last time in the restricted zone.
Actually, I kind of hope it is our last time. I just hope to get out as well as get in. I don't plan on going back a second time.
Everybody says that. It becomes very addictive.
It's the thrill.
It is. You'll see.
I guess you know what we're looking.
It's all fun and games until, and she points to her face.
That's what we're trying to avoid. I'm sure you already know this. We want to get in and out with avoiding the patrols. So we need to look for windows.
She says you got cash for this?
Yeah, we got cash for this.
Yeah, we got cash.
Okay. She says, "Okay, listen, I can get you." She says, "I can get you the naval patrol. It's gonna cost 500. That's the easy one. The air wing patrol. See, it could be cheaper if I knew where you were going, but
we can tell them the big area.
We know where we're going.
We could describe the place that Jackson told us.
Cliffs.
Well, no, like meaning which island in she doesn't. There are 2 restricted zones. Is it the archipelago or the continent?
It's the
archipelago.
Archipelago.
Northern or southern? You know that the island you're heading towards, Ventura, is in the northern zones.
Got it.
So give her the name of the island.
Yeah.
You're gonna give her the name of the specific island.
The northern sector. Let's say the northern sector.
Well, is the restricted zone encompass a lot of islands?
Over 800.
Oh,
the northern.
The archipelago alone was 800. Okay.
No, the archipelago is like 800 islands.
Okay.
Okay, so you start to say the name of the island, and Joe puts a hand on your shoulder and says "Northern Zone," and kind of squeezes your shoulder like, "Do not tell her the exact island."
Okay.
She goes, "Okay, that narrows it down a bit. We can do this, the whole thing for. You got 1,200 credits.
We can swing that.
Okay, forward it to my account. I'm gonna make a file." Okay, she now gives you the air wing timetable and the location of the patrol ships for the next 5 days.
Nice.
She goes, "They'll change it after that."
Yeah.
All right.
Okay, what this is going to do, it's going to give Thorga +5 to his piloting roll for successfully inserting.
Okay.
Have you seen Thorga roll? Can we make that a 20%?
There's other things you're trying to buy, so
Nice.
I assume this is the best information available.
she says, "You're friends of an old friend of mine.
Yeah.
I'm not going to steer you wrong.
There you
It's
go.
the best I have."
All right.
Do things change? Do pilots get sick? Do people follow hunches? You don't know. They could be chasing pirates and just wind up out of area. Be ready for anything.
Ready for a random encounter.
All right.
She says, and if you kids make it back, we'll go out for a drink.
Nice. That sounds like a
Okay.
deal.
And if you
I
get
like
caught, you were never here.
Exactly. I like her. For walking silly
Okay.
buddy, she's okay.
Thanks for the help.
You're thanking me now. Thank me when you thank me when you get back. And all right. So the next person, do you want
The professor.
actor or the professor?
Professor.
Okay. The old angry Duralocite research environmentalist, who's really pissed off that the entire planet wasn't he's like, we left. He basically goes on and on about why the whole government policy of the restricted zone is deeply flawed.
So
And
it's
that
Lewis,
you
Black then. Okay.
Yeah, you can't. He's like, you can't restore, 3/5 of a planet's ecosystem and expect things to be, all balanced.
I'm with him because atmosphere. Yeah.
And he says that the restricted zone is just sweep it under the rug, build the wall, don't deal with the problem.
Ingavar. I mean, never mind. Sorry.
So
wrong
he
system.
rants for a while, and then he basically says, "All right, I've got some old internship patrol credits. Patrol. These were good, and they should still be good. If they look too close, they're going to flag this. So when you transmit these, you want to do so as confidently as possible."
Push that button with purpose.
I like how he said when.
When.
Quite casual.
Before they start shooting, they're going to radio you and ask what you're doing here. You're going to convincingly say that you are, and he goes, "I'll write out the script," and then you're going to transmit this code. Now, if you're stuttering and unsure, they're not going to trust the code, and they'll flag it. They'll send it up the chain. If you sound on the level and the code sort of kind of matches out, if it means flying an out of a mile, an hour out of their way to intercept you, they might just want to let it go.
Okay.
These codes and delivering them convincingly could be your get out of jail free card.
Okay.
Or they could be, we're really suspicious and you want to intercept us. So, you seem like a good sort of guys. I can give you these for 1,000 credits.
We can manage that. I had some other questions about the ecology of the area.
Sure.
Given
what area are you talking about?
the northern restricted zone.
Oh, there's so many islands in that zone. Most of them are overgrown. It's still an active tectonic area. There have been some volcanoes. Luckily, these islands were mostly depopulated very early in the occupation, but there were resistance groups fighting there for a while. So you might find old battle sites. You're probably going to find a Sathar attack monster or two. The radiation is what you're going to really want to watch for.
That's what I was going to ask.
Some of these islands were bombed because they had weapon caches on them. and the Sathar knew where a lot of them were. So nukes did go off in the northern archipelago. Your team should each have an active toxirad gauge, and you should have a competent medic. That medic should double and triple up on their anti-radiation meds.
Or be a plant.
He goes, and if you go underground anywhere, there are going to be these really big roaches. They're very susceptible to BB guns.
Oh my God, this Fallout. It's totally Fallout.
Yes, exactly.
I just made that up. I did not stat out rad roaches for this event.
Okay.
I'm just picturing that machine gun BB gun from like the carnival. On top of the Explorer.
If you are going to somewhere that is highly radioactive, do not rely on the drugs. Do not rely on, you're going to want a full environmental suit if you're going into a cratered area or if you're going into one of the cities that have been, nuked.
Do you remember if there were any suits in the supply cache?
Nope.
How about what cities have been nuked? Most people who've been there should know that one.
One, I didn't ask which island you're going to. The northern zone has over 300 islands. I don't want to know.
Yeah.
Any of those islands been directly nuked?
A few.
All right. So
and the ones that haven't,
Fallout.
Yeah, wind and tide.
Yeah. Okay. So the ecology there.
I would double filter your water if you're using a water purifier, and even then you're taking chances.
Okay.
Do you got a good biological cast?
Yeah.
Biological what?
Cast the computer.
CAS, the handheld.
Oh yeah.
She goes, you're definitely going to want to keep that handy.
Okay.
And he says, I'm not even charging you for this. I just because you seem like a good kid, and I don't want you to get eaten.
I don't want to get eaten either.
I don't get to talk about this anymore.
All right. So, thanks for all the information. Anything else that pops into mind before that? So we don't die.
He starts ranting again.
Okay. Well, I let him finish his rant and politely, and then I thank him, and then we leave.
Okay. So this information, other than the advice he gave you, it will give Thorga another +5 on his piloting. And if he fails that, and they do flag, it will give whoever needs to make a persuade roll a +5 to their roll.
Who else besides me has that?
I think Joe has it.
Yeah. Persuade.
Okay.
Yeah. That's
So
high scale. Like if I make a roll, it's 65.
Oh yeah, it's better than me.
Well,
our statistics have gone up to suicide run.
10. It's not full +10.
It's what?
It's half your personality +10.
Oh, okay. So 55.
Yeah, it's still better than me. You're doing that. All right.
Yeah. plus 10 per level, right? I got 2.
You persuade 2.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. That's really good.
Yeah.
All right. So last stop is Sue Sunburst.
Okay.
Human hacker. She looks like she's 14. And she's wearing those weird headband that have the antenna that she's kind of like this Vrusk fusion culture solar miner kid.
She's in green face.
No, she's not painted, but she's got the.
She's a Mega Nova fan.
Right.
Yeah.
So she says, "So you guys need files on something."
Yeah, we want to get up-to-date sat photos of the northern restricted zone.
That's going to take hours. You're going to need to be more specific.
The only way I can be more specific is if I gate.
I don't care where you're going. I really don't. But if you want a map of something, you need to tell me what you need a map of. I can't give you maps of 350 islands.
I mean, we can tell her.
I'll just tell her. Here's the island.
Okay. She goes. Let me see if I can pull up current satellite scans of Ventura. And she says, by land or by sea?
Air.
By air.
Okay.
How about by air and by land?
That sounds
well.
like
It's an island, so you'd be by sea. I can get this to you for $750, but for $1250, I can do a deep scan and get you some possible landing sites.
Let's do that.
Suborbital, you're going to need a big field, or are you going in with an air car or a jet copter?
Suborbital.
The suborbital shuttle. Yeah.
$1250, and I try and get you 3 sites that are possible.
Mm-hmm.
No guarantees. There's only so much I can do.
Things change, yeah.
Well, that's why we're here, to get as much recent data as possible. That would be great.
Okay. So she says, all right, why don't you take my dog for a walk, and after he does his business, make sure you pick it up. The neighbors get really pissed off, and by the time you get back, I'll have your information.
Do you know David Wong?
She says the Kangol player?
Yeah, he's a big Mega Nova fan.
Oh yeah, he's like #1 on the fan on the he's in the top 10 of the fan group.
Yeah, nice.
His contact info?
You do have his number, actually.
Yeah, I know.
Okay, so she actually gives you, and I will show it to you. And I will email this to you guys. So.
Oh,
Okay.
I like it. Cool.
All right,
Where-
so hold on.
Wow.
That's what's gonna happen if you screw this up.
Attack shuttles off the coast of Orion.
Angle.
Okay, so the city of Kaning is here.
Okay.
Yeah.
And this is the rest of this island.
Where do is there marking out for the landing site somewhere?
Give me a second.
Okay.
Uh,
Also, you said something about tsunami. Yeah,
she says,
right.
I don't see any recent tsunami damage.
Okay.
When's the tsunami season?
She says most of the
It's
bridges.
whenever there's an earthquake.
She says most of the bridges are going to be down. So if you've got to cross a river, I hope you bring your rubbers. Okay. She says there's at Port Kamchi, which is here. Are you guys seeing that?
Yeah.
Yep.
She says there's it looks like there's the northern section of the old airport seems to be your best bet. She says in the city of Jitjan, which is here, there's an old sports field that it looks like it collapsed outward, so there's a good expanse of concrete. And she says, and in the city of Dumtari, there's a flat residential area that was leveled by fire, so nothing is grown there. It's probably toxic, but it's a nice, flat, open expanse of rubble. Those would be your 3 best bets.
Did you see any evidence of impact crater on the map?
She says, no, it doesn't look like the island was subject to any orbital bombardment.
Well, that's good.
All right. Well,
They saved all the biologicals for this one.
watch out for those mushrooms.
Okay. So, as you are, and she says, and I'm told that you guys aren't supposed to leave until your ride arrives.
All right. We got a car.
Oh, well, someone's coming, and I'm told to keep you here until they get here.
What?
Bye.
She says, no, this is a request from your handler. The woman, the Dralicite who set this up.
Huh?
Really?
Hey, Thorga, what are we going to do with the new team members?
That's great. Yeah, we're lazing about, learning stuff.
So,
How much did we have to pay her again?
$12.50.
$12.50.
Yeah. Okay.
So a very luxurious looking stretched hover vehicle pulls up, and a service robot gets out, and another service robot comes to the door and knocks, and says, "We would like to meet with. We're ready to meet with the team."
Who's we?
The service robot looks over and says, "Are you the team being organized by, what is her name again? Megiolo?"
Maybe.
We were told to tell you I represent an investor.
Oh. Okay. I guess that is us.
As we leave, I'm gonna give Sunshine here David Wong contact information.
Okay, she thanks you. She says, "Good luck, guys."
Thanks. Good luck with David.
Give him a call. He could use a friend.
Nice.
So you go into the stretched hover limo.
Mm-hmm.
I want to know who these people are first before I walk in any vehicle.
Okay, as you say that, someone gets out, and he's an older, very well dressed Vrusk.
And I do say, forgive my caution. I've kind of learned to be cautious lately.
Caution is a good thing. Let me introduce myself. I'm Cut Qualzit. And everyone roll your, what's the general knowledge?
Logic?
Yeah, roll your logic.
Bonuses because he's a Rusk.
Any of the three of you make it?
I made it on the nose.
Yeah. Just barely.
He's
27 out of 65.
He's the CEO of one of the largest soybean producers on Solar Miner.
Okay.
Remember, it's an agro planet.
No, it's fine. I'm just wondering why some soybean magnet wants with us.
Well, I guess we'll have to find out.
He said, "So I've had feelers out." He says, I had a collection.
Oh no.
South our Death Zone scavenger hunt.
And he says, I used to collect in my youth replica starships, scale models, all custom, made by some of the finest artisans in the frontier. It was my passion. They were kept, of course, in my home and at Ventura. And I've had feelers out for a team that might be heading to Ventura. And those feelers turned up Megiolo's name, that she was apparently back in the business of organizing a raider team And I reached out to her, and she said that I should speak to all of you.
Nice.
So you want us to find some of your models, or some models that are on the planet for you, on this island for you?
He says, my house was in Hatola City. It was once surrounded by a grove of banacanes. I can give you a old map of where the house once sat, and I can give you the code to the bunker where the most prized of my models were kept. There were a dozen of them in there.
How much?
The price has already been negotiated with your handler. But
She just subcontracted us out.
But if you must know, I was told that the sum will be twice what her buy-in was.
Oh, okay, 40,000. That's not bad. Yeah.
No, her buy-in was 10. She gave you a break on.
Oh yeah. Her buy-in was 10. I'm sorry. We paid her 20.
So he's willing to pay 20,000 credits for a dozen little ships in a bottle.
Yeah, but where was the city? I didn't see it on the map.
Yeah, let me take a look at the map.
The map.
Let me put up the map without showing you the adventure.
Man, I don't know. This sounds risky, man. 2 different targets. I mean, we're really lucky to do one.
Yeah, I'm thinking the same.
I mean, I'm forgetting where the first one's at even.
This is Hatola City.
Okay.
All right. So basically, it's on the. If you go by the roads, it's actually on the way, no matter what you do.
Okay.
Otherwise, we go from Jitjung or the other two, you still have to cross through that city.
Yeah.
Except for. Actually, no. If you make a left at Manrahi, you would void the city, so you'd actually have to go out of the way.
Yeah, but why would?
If you land at Jitjung, it is on the way.
Don't worry, I'm going to be sending you this map. You'll all have it before you should be, in the bush.
Well, I definitely wanted to see the map before.
So, what we would be making on the primary reason we're already going to Ventura is more than these ships that you want. If we do this, it would be after our primary mission.
Well, that's fine. If you're going anyway, it's on the way. I was told that this would be a secondary objective.
Okay. Because you do know it is, I mean, the less time on this island, for many reasons, the less time on this island, the more reason, the better it is for us surviving.
Yeah,
I do understand that, but I was told that you would be the sort that 20,000 credits extra wouldn't be something easily ignored.
I'm not saying we're ignoring it. I'm just letting you know there's a possibility that we may not be able to. We may have to leave faster than you. We may need to leave faster than necessary, which means we might not be able to do this.
I don't need to know the details, and I'm frankly not interested in them. If you can do this, you will be paid. If you can't, you won't.
Yeah.
As long as we understand each other, we're good.
Right. I am also willing to pay 1,000 for detailed holovids of the area where my house once stood. I've often wondered if it survived.
Oh, that's interesting.
We can if we are able to get there, we can take some holo video.
Yeah.
Wonderful. Your handler knows how to contact me, so I think our business here is concluded. This was I wish you the best of luck, gentlemen. And
thank you. We'll be in touch when we get back.
And he peels off. All right.
Well, that was interesting.
That was really interesting.
So you get back up to the space station. Okay.
How much did that cost us each all total?
Oh, I was
we
giving
had
you an
left.
individual.
No, well, we pulled the money.
Okay, Joel, you
So
keep
we
track?
have 8,880 left.
Yep.
That's already including our return tickets back to station, but I want hazmat suits for the 5 of us.
Yep. It's not expensive.
Sounds expensive, but it's either that or die.
No, I mean it's not expensive. That's what I mean. It's not expensive.
Oh, not expensive. Okay.
Yeah.
Either way, it's either that or die. So let's not die.
Yeah.
Okay. So when you get back up to the station, you want to try and or do you want to get hazmat suits while you're
Let's do it now.
by the black market?
Yeah, let's get them now.
Well, there's no guarantee we'd be able to get them legitimately. So.
All right.
Yeah.
Each one is going to cost 250 credits.
Okay, so
Okay.
1250. Yeah.
And take
But these are stolen military grade hazmat suits that are literally still have the box stamp on them. So they are
Nice.
modern.
Awesome.
They
Made
just,
by the
hazmat
they
lowest
just
bidder.
fell off a truck.
All right. Well, good.
Are
These
they-
are the ones we need.
Are they hazmat / skiing suits, or are they just hazmat?
No,
with camouflage?
hazmat. They're full environmental suits with the basically the outbreak Ebola virus suits.
Got
with
it. Camouflage. Okay.
With,
Yeah.
About as good as you're gonna get.
right.
Yeah.
Other than a spacesuit.
Yeah.
Okay, so you spent that. Think Noddle, I want you to roll that mechanics. It's going to be your logic plus 10.
I already have the skill at 40. Or do you
Oh.
want something different?
No, the mechanics, the one that you just picked up.
Okay, but plus 10 to that?
It's half of your logic plus 10 because you're first level.
Okay, so it's a 40. Thank
Right.
you.
Yeah. That's just not feeling it.
39.
Oh God.
Ooh.
Make
Make it a little harder, why don't you?
about 20% of the equipment needs to be serviced, or it will probably have a 50% chance of failure.
Oh God, yeah, we need to spend 2 or 3 days like oiling the guns and everything. Yeah, servicing all that stuff. Everything gets. Yeah, I mean,
And that's just for the equipment, and you haven't looked over the ship.
yeah.
Or is that the vehicle too?
Oh, and if you're using the mechanic cast, you get plus 20%.
Oh, then I made it by 21%.
Okay, good.
Make sure that vehicle is good. We don't. I mean, if those tires are rubber, last thing we need is dry rot.
Okay. One thing that you all may have forgotten: you've got a heavy machine gun. You don't have any ammo for it.
Oh, okay. Black market then.
Okay. So we'll say that you picked that up. How much ammo do you want for it? Do you want what? Do you want 10 shots? Do you want remember that's 10 shots would be the canister of.
So what? It's a cannon or it's a machine
It's like
gun?
50 cal ammo.
10 shots, you go through that in like 2 seconds.
Well, hold on.
Well, no. It's
We
10
need
bursts.
10
That's
bursts.
150 rounds of ammunition. That's like 10, 15 round bursts.
Yeah, say burst, don't say shots. That scares me.
Yeah, there's a difference.
I can give you price on that. Hold
Yeah.
on.
Do we have any video recording equipment to make nice pictures for what's his soybean?
Chronocom works just fine.
Or you can-
detailed, high definition.
You can pick up a
got the
documentary
latest Samsung.
quality one for like 100,
Yeah.
Okay. Why don't
Like-
you do that?
like a vacation one.
God, spends money like fucking Thorga. Jesus Christ.
All right. So
Okay,
Good stuff.
this
If he
is
gets a spear and magic helmet, I get a camcorder.
there's 75 credits per full belt of 10 bursts.
Okay.
So how much?
you want to get 2?
yeah.
2 of them? Figure 2 would
150.
be enough. All right.
Yeah. Hope we never need it, but yeah, let's get it.
The guy tries to upsell you.
Oh no.
To what?
He says,
I'll listen.
He says, I can give you a good price on every 5th round being a tracer, so you can get +5 to hit and correct.
Yes,
Why not?
Yes.
Hang on. I want to know why Fig Noddle says no.
Well, we can be detected. 1.
When fireworks show up, fly boys go.
All right. So you're gonna hard no on the tracer round.
Good idea on that. Okay.
They would have to be almost directly overhead to be picking up tracer rounds in a city or in a jungle.
Yeah.
Or unless we're shooting at night, and then you're definitely going to see it.
I'm gonna be honestly, if we fire 50 caliber machine gun,
how about
somebody's gonna know.
Let James talk.
Sorry.
Have you seen our rolls on shooting?
Very well.
You guys took an hour and a half to take out 2 people in a hut.
This is true.
That's when they were level 1. We're level 2 now.
All right. So Joel, take 150 off of your group.
I got it.
Okay.
Already done.
Right.
That's a thing.
We're gonna say you guys spend several days doing maintenance.
No, we can't do several days. We only have 5. So how much is that?
We spent 3. Yeah.
All right. Think Noddle.
Yeah.
Prioritize. Service the ship, service the explorer, or service the gear. You can pick 2, not all 3.
Service the ship and service the explorer.
Okay.
But bring along servicing oils and whatnot, and
Right.
I will service what I can as we are in flight or traveling.
Yeah, I
Okay,
mean,
you're gonna keep working.
those
All right,
of us with weapon skills can clean the weapons, right?
Clean is but repair is a whole nother.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's gonna bring repair. So if we need to buy repair kits, do
Weapon
that.
skills should cover at least general maintenance for a weapon.
We spent
General
20
maintenance isn't something that's been sitting for years.
I don't want to buy no
a lot
broke
of
ass gun.
like for example, like some of these weapons were stored here jammed. I mean, it's a storage locker, guys. I mean, they threw it in here for a reason. All right, so
No respect for their weapons.
Does gyrojet rifles use the same ammo as gyrojet pistols?
yes,
Okay.
maybe not. I think they do more damage, but so you can get gyrojet rifle ammo.
Yeah, I'm gonna need to pick up some of that, but I can do that off screen.
Okay, yeah, that's not hundreds and hundreds of credits.
Once I get my money back, yes.
Okay, so after 3 days, because the information you have will only last 5, you decide to head out. You pilot the Walk of Shame. Now, Thorga, if you do this at night, you have a better chance of not being spotted. But landing at night, basically it'll be a +5 to your roll to get over the island and -5 to land safely.
May I point something that he might be able to pop off those silly sunglasses and see? Since he's from a dark planet.
Twilight, but still he can't see in total darkness.
True. Could we time it?
But you can approach from darkness.
So do you want to make the approach at night and hopefully land at sunrise? So you get that kind of dim twilight where you can see fine.
Yeah. I'd say that sounds like a reasonable plan.
All right.
It's under my back, so I'm not blind.
Come in as fast as you possibly can.
Yep.
Without hitting the deck.
Always.
You're telling a flying creature how to fly.
A flying creature is different than a flying machine.
Do we tell you how to make copies of newspaper print?
Okay, so all right, so Thorga,
Yes.
now is your time to shine.
Dice in my hand.
All right, so
Matt, get ready to back up.
you have the patrols in the timetable, so this roll will be +5.
Oh wait, James, what? What's up, Big Noddle?
Dibs on the octopus race.
We're making new characters. Okay. So to evade any form of detection, you're going to need to make your roll. You have the patrol locations and timetables, so you're going to make this roll with a +5 bonus.
Okay. And I'm
And
rolling
don't-
against my
and-
pilot
and-
skill, right?
And yes, pilot atmospheric, which is half your dex +10 because you're level 1.
Not atmospheric.
System ship.
Half my dex plus 10. 45. Oh boy. Okay.
Do not make it.
Oh, good God.
22.
Nice.
You made it?
Yes.
Yay. I hope
Catch
you made it
22. He went against tradition. He made it.
That's
So
right.
we're shooting at something. That's why.
That's right. I'm flying stuff.
Sorry. I don't get
Junk.
Well, let's put it this way. Right now, we're over Jijung. What does it look like? Can we land it?
He'll have to make a piloting roll. I mean, he's landing in rough terrain. What was Jitjun again? Was it a sports stadium?
Yep.
Yes.
You're basically landing in the middle of a ruined city, a ruined port city.
Okay, so yeah, there would be parking lots and stuff like that. Yeah.
He's basically landing in the middle of an old soccer field.
Nice. God, if you can't land in that.
I mean, it's a lot close. Of the 3 sites, it is the closest.
Did you want to see the other 2 sites? Because I think
Those are way
one was
down there.
here,
Down there, yeah.
and one was here.
So even if we go to that
This was
one,
the airport.
even if we go through that one, we have to go through the toxic city,
Mm-hmm.
and it's a lot further away.
Unless we
Which
don't
means
go-
there's going to be there's probably going to be more shit to deal with at Jitjung.
Land in
Anyway.
Jitjung.
Meanwhile, as I'm polishing some equipment, I say, Thorga, park it.
Yes, I mean,
All right,
Look.
so
it makes sense to land at the closest place. Although last time that didn't do us very well. We landed at the furthest place, and it was actually fortunate
The
for us.
best choice
Yeah.
we made.
well, you didn't know where you were supposed to go that time.
No,
That's
it
right.
just lucked out that way.
You just lucked out.
I personally picked the hardest place to land.
All right,
We
so
were
Thorga,
aerial dropped.
Let's see if you can make this.
That's a
51. That's
long
not
pause.
That's not a good.
That's not a success. Oh,
How much
no.
did you fail by?
My dex is 45.
Doesn't matter. In this game,
Yeah.
a fail's a fail. It's
Oh,
not like
boy.
degrees of fail.
Yeah.
Unless it's unless it's
can I use some
95
luck?
or above, where next session would be rolling up, and James rolls up an Olmore.
Can I
Okay.
use to spend some luck?
No, there's no luck spending.
Can I cash app you $5 so that you can say that's a 95?
Can we push the roll?
Can we push the
No,
roll?
you cannot push the roll. You do
Wait,
not
Oh,
pass.
no.
That's
Do
a
not collect
15.
$250. Do not pass go.
That's a
Um,
that's a 15.
Go directly to crash.
Oh
15?
God! Now how do we get off the planet if we crash?
Was
That's
it
a
a
15,
15
not
or
a 51. That's a 10
Okay.
and a 5. That's a 15.
Okay. All right.
No,
so you read it
no,
wrong.
I heard 51. We're crashing.
Oh,
No backseas. No backseas.
no backsies. Oh my God.
Okay, so you managed to put down without completely wrecking the ship, but there's some high winds that you're not expecting, and it blows the vessel kind of into some of the rubble.
Goal!
So the ship
all have
lands
to go
kind of
to-
at a kind of cockeyed.
Yep.
And there's like, you hear stuff hitting the top of it as the building you hit kind of crumbles around it.
that sounds
so-
expensive.
So
Value was-
you can actually see daylight in the hull.
Great. Now we need spacesuits.
So Fake Noddle, you're gonna need to make a mechanics roll.
Way to crash the glider there, Snake.
30. See that? Made my roll, Thorga.
You tell everyone it will take you 9 hours to repair.
Oh, at least you
Okay.
can catch it up.
It actually will take you 4.
All right, Scott.
In the sci-fi engineering tradition.
Union brakes are a bitch, man.
Under promise, over deliver.
Now, do we want to fix this now before we leave, or if we
Yes,
think
yes.
of leaving? Yeah.
We
I would
fix
do-
it
I would
now
do that
because
too.
if we have a hot exit, it's got to fly.
We
Yep.
can't depressurize if we leave fast.
So we should go out and not take the rocks off while or the building materials off. the
Well,
ship.
what we're going to do is go off, remove the rocks, throw the tarps over it. I'm going to go down to the Ace Hardware store, which, by the way, is open
Okay.
because I got a hammer.
As you tell as you tell everyone that we're going to take the rocks off and put the tarp over, you realize the tarp is like green camo pattern, and you landed in a concrete field
in the building.
Oh, no problem.
What
Just
if we
flip it over to
flip
the
the other
concrete side.
Flip it to concrete side. Yeah. It's too fly.
All right, so we're going to end here because it's after 11, and this is all of the adventure I wrote.
All right.
But
Oh my god.
okay, so thanks for watching the first session of Raiders of the Raiders of the Restricted Zone. Be sure to hit like on the video if you did like it, and subscribe to the channel if you are so inclined. It would really help us out a lot. Star Frontiers is alive and well with Frontier Explorer. It's a free download, pay what you like fanzine filled with great articles by talented and enthusiastic Star Frontier fans. If you want to get physical copies, you can order them through DrivethruRPG. The stats for the ship we are using we'll put in what issue that it was in. I'm not really off the top of my head, but we did get it out of one of the magazines. So, would you like to be part of Citizens of the Frontier? If so, please check out our Patreon channel, where you'll find exclusive art, map, and content. Patreon address is in the show notes. And we'd like to, as always, thank our Patreon backers, Jim Berrier and Fred Kauber. Thanks for watching, and stay safe, everyone. Until next time. Bye.
Everybody.
Bye-bye.